Hey, what's up guys? Good morning. I am Yalak and here is another Boom Beach video. I am coming to you today from my now level 40 Boom Raider account. And I was just going to do Imitation Game, but I figured, what the heck? We're losing Super Warriors tomorrow. I've just done a couple of cool things on my morning supply chest run. 2.3 storage. I've done a couple cool things, so I figured I would show you. And those beforehand, we'll run through a couple of attacks very quickly. This fella. And you can probably see where this is going. I have two main problems here. The boom cannons and the cannons. We're going to speed this up because it's not going to get overly exciting. This is just pure Super Warrior overpowered fun. Sorry, frog in my throat there. So obviously, as soon as I can, I'm throwing Super Warriors onto the cannons. Once the cannons are freed up back there, I'm in pretty good shape. The snipers will do, in combination, the snipers will do some damage. You're seeing this warrior, Super Warrior, is dying, but building up for the next one. And at this point, the snipers really don't have enough power to stop me, slow me down. That guy up there is just doing work. So much GBE back there. Love it. Love it, love it. We'll put this to 4 times. So, and then another Super Warrior as we get more GBE, and the snipers are losing numbers. And yeah, I mean, this guy just literally funds his own destruction with all of that GBE back there and not sufficient protection. We'll look at this one after. That's a little more of a standard kind of attack. This is, again, no troops deployed. This is a level 50. I'm a level 40. And I looked at this base. I tried once before, and I got a little too close with the grappler. Now, I have two main problems here. That flamethrower needs to go, and the cannon needs to go. And I had tried, and you're going to see that they're going to get taken here. So I get rid of those immediately and then throw one warrior, one lone Super Warrior to the back of the HQ, and he just sits there and cranks. And this hot pot can't quite reach him, or flamethrower can't quite reach him. I had tried throwing things the first time I did this attack, like more in here, and it looked like they might be just out of range of the grappler, but they were not out of range of the grappler, so I ended up having to modify. I had that's why in this attack I threw the 2 out there and held the 3rd. So the first two were sacrificial lambs. They were just to take out the flamethrower and a cannon, and then the 3rd was the one who was really intended to do the damage on the HQ. But if you watch that, I'll put it into fast mode. Watch, once those 2 towers are down and the 3rd Super Warrior gets out there. Now he's being attacked by a couple of rocket launchers. 1, 2, 3. 3 rocket launchers. 1 machine gun, 2 machine guns, and that's it. So 3 rocket launchers, 2 machine guns. But watch his health bar here. And this is 2.5 minutes. It barely moves. He's replenishing his health as he goes. The bar is temporarily disappearing, you'll notice. It's flickering in and out. That means his health is back to full. Just so much power these things have that I don't even have to set troops down. This guy I did, and this is a little more of a head-on approach. But again, he's given me a bunch of GBE back there, and pretty much same idea. I'm going to get rid of the towers that are going to be a nuisance. I love that freezing capability that these guys have. That is probably the coolest thing about them. very handy for several different reasons. So I've already taken the time to destroy the shock launcher. That was going to be a big problem for me. I think this guy's a 49, I wanted to say. And I know the shock blaster is going to be a problem. I do go ahead and clear some mines up there. I knew it always happens. I knew it was going to happen because I had texted, that was my wife, I had texted her just before I sent this. Which I probably should have waited, but she had a question and it was an important question, so that was inevitable. Never fails though. As I always say, it never fails. So, yeah, I mean, these guys are just doing work back there. Eventually one runs into the range of the boom cannon. This guy is going to get me a good bit more GBE. Now, I've thrown, I think, 4 artillery to kill the shock launcher plus a barrage to clear mines, and that barrage was a total fail too. Look, it left one of the boom mines in there, which, I mean, that was the boom mines that I really wanted gone. So this obviously is not going to be an attack where we could just use super warriors. I hadn't planned on that in the first place. This was more of a spam the critters out there as fast as you get them kind of attack and destroy things as quickly as you can. Wasn't sure how my girls would do with the shield because I couldn't get back to the shield, so I wasn't sure if I was going to have the damage. Now see, this would have been a great spot to have a super warrior on hand because I could have thrown the super warrior maybe over here, maybe over there, to at least slow down the rate of fire on the rocket launcher because it has that freezy ability, but didn't really end up mattering. The critters and 1 heavy were enough to keep me alive here, and actually the girls put in a good amount of work and ripped right through that shield. I was impressed. I am hoping, since it's Boom Beach Friday, free resource day, as I like to call it, we're going to run through Imitation Game now. Last week I was able to get through, I finished stage 6, just finished stage 6 with no attacks left. I would hope to be as successful again this week. We'll look at that after. I would hope to be as successful again this week, and I already will have, I was checking out when I started this video, I will already have enough gold for my next Zuka upgrade, which is always exciting. So pretty straightforward here. Definitely stage 5, hopefully stage 6. We'll see how it goes. There we go, that's a better spread. It's so disappointing when you throw your barrage and it doesn't get the towers that you really wanted gotten. Or mines, sorry. Just spam the critters. I love critters with this level. I worked so hard to get Everspark, and I have not been sorry. Coffee break. I have not been sorry even the slightest bit. Wow, that was a really good reward. 186,000 gold. I needed what? 2 point. Was it 2 point? Oh, that's always good. For that upgrade, 2.16. Alright, well, we'll have that on the next attack, and we'll be able to build up a bunch more gold for whatever upgrade comes next. So it'll be a good day. You always gotta check behind these guys. People love to stash mines. There's one there. Not too big a deal. People love to stash mines. I love to stash mines behind the statues. So we're actually going to try to pop that one with a heavy. And clear that. Let's see. That does not look sufficiently defended to me. I thought I had already released the first critter swarm. I guess not. What else? Yeah, just more critters, I guess. Yeah, just that line of critters advancing. It's basically an attack extender. you can see the line of critters advancing in front of everything else, and that's protecting my line of heavies, which is advancing in front of my Zookas, which are chewing through this base like butter. I haven't even used any GB. I'm not even doing anything, basically. I'm just sitting here and watching, and occasionally hit the critter button. So much power, potential at this level. Also, we were hoping, and I'm sorry to keep skipping back to my base like this, but noticing, I think I got 3 frags on my first attack. Oh, 2. And got a shard in this one. I know it's kind of a stretch. That's not where I want to go. Here. I know it's kind of a stretch, but I do have these 5 crystals, and I was hoping to get lucky today. I got my big account has the tribe boost going right now. So last Dr. T, I got 3 crystals or 4 crystals in a day. I'm not going to have that kind of luck here because, well, I don't have the tribe boost going. That is a weird place for that rocket. But, again, actually, the rocket's going to be, so I'll tell you what, we'll just take the rocket out of play by going like this. And then we're going to go like that. We'll give something to distract it. And then just proceed more or less from the front. Oh, rocket has decided to switch off of my super warrior, but now I can throw another super warrior over there and some more critters. Still no casualties here. Nope, lost a heavy. So I want to get through as many stages of this as possible. Last week I went 1 through 4 solos, and I apologize if this is not interesting to you, but there we go. And that is a very exciting thing. It is always I just did my armory, and it is always my favorite thing. First thing I do is the Zookas, because more damage per second. And then next, obviously, will be the heavies, and we're going to go get a bunch more gold on the next couple stages of Imitation Game, and hopefully we'll be able to do that over the weekend. We have the trader coming, I'll have my Opera Ward, have Dr. T the next 2 days, so we'll see if we can build up enough to have... what are we going for next? See if we build up enough to get both the heavies and the Zookas in a weekend. So that is 2 days. We're not going to be able to upgrade that. 1.7, 1.5, that's possible, and that would be a big deal. Can't do this until level 41. Vault is maxed. Radar is maxed. So it looks like Sculptor is the thing we're going for today. And let's see if we can't get the resources for that. It is a bunch of resources. Or get close anyway. No, that's not what I want. 1.7, 1.5. That's a ways to go, but we'll see. If not, again, just trying to get close. And oh, laser, cool. And by cool, I mean decidedly uncool. I don't see. I want to get funky here. I would love to see what. The rest of this base is not overly intimidating. I don't know what that laser will do against super warriors, because otherwise I'm looking at this and thinking there's a gap back here, tiny gap that's I can get rid of this cannon by throwing a super warrior behind it. I can get rid of, actually that's all I would need to do. Get rid of that cannon and then chuck a super warrior right on the back of the HQ right there. I don't know what the laser is going to do. Oh, I don't want to miss the opportunity to use the Super Warriors and do something fun, but I also don't want to waste the attack. So what do we do? There's a bunch of GBE over there. We're going to have, if the placement is just right, we're going to do it. Gotta do it. Gotta try. Where you think you see an opportunity, you gotta take it. So we're gonna try with this guy first, and hopefully he does his job, and we'll see where he ends up. Now, we're gonna put one up there. And see what he can do. I think he is just out of range of the laser. Or isn't he? I know we have the 2 rockets firing. Laser's not doing a thing. Alright, see if we can put another one right next to him. Send him a friend. Not a thing. Not a thing, not a thing. Alright, let's give him another friend. Cool. Oh my god, these things are so amazing. This is so much fun. You just sit there and look for tiny little weaknesses in a base. You know, that base that I just showed you earlier with the grappler, just out of range of the HQ. If that grappler had been a few tiles to the rear, I wouldn't have been able to take out the 2, if it was like 4 or 5 tiles back, I wouldn't have been able to take out the 2 towers that I needed to, the cannon and the flamethrower, and I wouldn't have been able to beat the base. Or at least not that way, but I probably wouldn't have been able to beat the base in a conventional way either. But, you know, it was where it was. The grappler was out of range. And, here again, we've got this GBE for days back there. Now, is there anything... Throw back here, gonna go this way. It's a little odd trying to plan the path that these things will take. So if I throw here, I think the Super Warrior will end up there next. And we're just going to keep the middle shocked where that Doom and Shock are. That seems like the easiest way to go about that to me. This guy had a weird troop layout. Skank med. Alright, so I think that will give us the right path. And I think that'll give us the right path. Obviously here I want to stay away from the boom cannon for as long as possible. Cannons and boom cannons are your only problem with these Super Warriors. Well, a doom cannon too, but the flamethrowers aren't great. They take longer, but they will. Alright, now get back, get back, get back. Quickly, nope. The Super Warrior on the right was in range of the boom cannon. If he'd gone for the back defense, or the back, what's that, an iron storage, he'd have gotten out of range, but didn't do that. They're not intelligent, so you have to be intelligent for them, and the boom cannon has turned. Well, whatever. We still have as much GBE as... No, he's going to be out of range. Awesome. So as much GBE as we started, plus that does some damage on the HQ. You want to at least net out on GBE when you throw these guys. Is it going to be worth the GBE that you use? In this case, I've gotten... I think I start with 61. So I'm doing really well here as far as GBE goes. And there's always, again, that little sliver of damage that has been taken off the HQ too. So now we can turn around and use that GBE for other things. And we're going to need it because this is a head-on attack on a pretty intimidating base. Pop some mines, and the reason for that, you can say, why does it matter? I should have given those heavies a little bit more time. The reason for popping the mines is that I really need the critters to survive here because they are going to be my shield. Always have to be, this lower level stuff, always have to be very conscious about shock duration, I find. because I'm used to the shocks lasting longer. So I look up and I'm always very surprised to see how little I have. I don't know if I'll be able to get this in one. I was hoping to be able to get this in one when I looked at it. However, we will have done a bunch of important damage. Who knows? There's a chance. There's a chance. But those rockets are a bit of an issue. If not in one, this will go as an easy two. Alright, we can get one of those rockets down there. And Super Warrior is helping out, doing that freezy job that I was talking about earlier. Let's see if we can get this one knocked out too. Have a shot here. I think time is going to end up being a factor, but who knows? She's going to keep the critters out. Right now the boom cannon is occupied. Hit the boom cannon. Ah, no. Ah, Super Warrior, boom cannon. Oh well. I think we've got this though. I've got enough GBE left over here for a couple artillery. And the critters are doing their work, so let's go ahead and use that up. Boom, boom. Alright. That would be a first. Stage 5 down in one go. Wow, great rewards there. I love Friday. I'm going to share that to my team, sorry. They will love that. Alright, so yeah, 1.5, 1.2, we needed what, 1.7 and 1.3 in order to be able to do oh, 1.7 and 1.5. So I've got, what, 3 attacks now on stage 6? What are we creating? Oh, just that. Okay, not a problem. One way or the other, I get a statue out of this, so that is cool. Do I have anything in storage? Do not. Actually, I have not even thought about upgrading the storage yet. Maybe that will be next. I've ended up with this little lull or interval. I got my HQ upgraded. I was still, I think, 39, and I couldn't upgrade again until 41. So we've got 3 attacks left on this. Let's see what we're working with. So I've got this time. I've already done gunboat. I've already done vault. I've done an armory upgrade. I would like to do more, obviously, but I don't have to. So I've done the important things that you do. So I can definitely throw a Super Warrior back here and gather some GBE. And it should be enough. The first one is going to cost me, what, 8? So he's going to net me a bit. Over here, does not look like that is going to be the case. So this is obviously not going to be a solo for me at this level. And stage 7 is going to be out of the question. But even if I do finish this in 2, which is a possibility, I'm not going to waste that final attack on stage 7. Because, you know, why throw gold away? Clear some mines. That double shock blaster is going to be a pain in my neck. But as long as we can get one, we should be alright. Sorry, my voice is kind of froggy today. Okay, he's actually doing great work back there. I'm back to where I started on GBE. And we'll see if he can... I'm back to where I started on GBE, and that's including what I've spent over here, clearing mines and such. I'm actually... no. And again, should have given the heavies just a tiny bit more lead time there. But, oh well, too late now. I'm hoping... and the hot pot in the middle of all this too. Wow, what fun. I'm hoping just to take a chunk out of the middle of this base. I'd like to get back to about the hot pot area. If I can get that in a manageable state, I think we're okay here. While the hot pot is up, we'll put some damage on it. Yeah, I apologize if you don't find this stuff interesting, but... coffee break. I do, to be able to do things at the mid-level that I never would have done on my first account. Would not have even attempted. Some of this wasn't available. You know, Imitation Game. Wasn't a thing at the time, but even so, I'm thinking, no, I've already cleared the mines that way. We're gonna go that way, but it's kind of a waste of. There's going to be just empty time. I don't love that. Oh well. You know, I just not some of these things, as I said, weren't even available, but others, I just would not have. Give them the lead time this time. Others I just would not have even considered doing because, you know, I would have just assumed they were well beyond me. And rightly so, they were actually. It's kind of a waste up there, but I'm going to try to slow down that rocket. Shock is down. Hot pot is messing up my life, as hot pots will tend to do. I'll tell you what, it's actually going to take all 3 attacks here, but I'm going to get the hot pot out of the way. So now we have, actually this is pretty manageable here. So now we have 2 rocket launchers. That's our concern here. And I can attack on this side and just keep this guy distracted over here. Throw the Super Warrior, and that should take care of that. Probably should have flared my troops last time. I lost a lot of my critters to the mines. So, and this is not what I wanted, but okay, because we're not taking very good path. Okay, and that should have both of the rocket launchers under control. The boom cannons are accounted for, so the Super Warriors are doing their job. Everybody is working. I'll just spam out some more critters, and down that's going to go, and we are going to get the Sculptor upgraded too, which is that's a pretty big day. This is why I love Fridays, because you've got the trader and whatever you get for your op rewards, and then all of these resources plus what you get from doing your supply chest. And usually on Fridays, last week I was able to do a Zuka upgrade, and this should be 1.5. It's going to be like a handful of diamonds, and we'll do that. So I was able to, actually just like this. Last week I was able to get the Zukas going, and then I was able to do heavies the next day because I had saved up a little gold beforehand. So by the time I got done with Imitation Game, I already had the resources for the heavy upgrade, which, I mean, they're getting expensive now, relatively. And this week, Zukas are going, Sculptor is going, that's huge, that'll give me another statue and more capabilities, and I'm already well on my way towards what I'm going to need to do my heavies too. Actually, I have to wonder. No, no, no. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just be saving that up for the heavies. But anyway, I apologize. This was a little on the long side, I see now. But, I was having fun. Hope you were too. If you enjoy any of this, give me a like. I'm Yalak. Have a great day.